Good evening. I'm Aishwarya from Plus Point News. We begin tonight with a major shakeup in Malaysia's automotive landscape.
We will want to have a collaboration. We want OEMs to collaborate with our local vendors, our local ecosystem. We want overseas or foreign car manufacturers to actually build our ecosystem.
The Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry, or MITI, has officially launched a new electric vehicle policy that is already causing a big reaction nationwide. Before we dive into the details, here are the key takeaways from the new regulations.
The new electric vehicle, also known as EV policy, will officially take effect starting July 1st, 2026. Strict enforcement will begin on this date to provide importers with a transition period. Fully assembled overseas imports, known as CBUs, must now meet a minimum cost, insurance and freight or CIF value of 200,000 ringgit. These imported vehicles must also meet a minimum motor power requirement of 180 kilowatts.
This new policy marks a sharp departure from the initial exemption policy, which was considered relatively liberal. Under the previous franchise-approved permit scheme, the minimum CIF was just 100,000 ringgit, alongside a 200 kilowatt minimum motor power. That initial strategy was highly successful. It aimed to accelerate EV adoption, open competition against traditional combustion engines, and attract global players.
The numbers speak for themselves. In 2025, EV registrations grew 105% year over year, with 44,813 units sold. BYD currently leads the market with nearly a 31% share, followed by Tesla at 18%. However, the era of normal duties and tax-free imports officially expired on December 31st, 2025.
So why the sudden pivot? MITI states the primary goal is to protect the local automotive industry. Proton and Produa serve as the two pillars of Malaysia's automotive sector. With tax-free EV imports, both giants have faced serious competition pressure.
Currently, the local assembled Proton EMA 7 is dominating 50% of the EV registration market in the first quarter of 2026, recording 7,455 units year to date. Furthermore, the Proton EMAS 5 is dominating by a massive margin, with 8,473 units registered between January and April 2026. Without this new 200,000 ringgit import barrier, cheap EV imports from China could disrupt the local CKD, also known as completely knockdown strategy, by dominating the 100,000 ringgit to 150,000 ringgit budget segment. This barrier serves as a protective buffer to help Proton and Perodua stabilize their operations.
The government also wants to push localization. By shifting to local CKD assembly, the policy attracts foreign direct investment, creates jobs, and builds a local supply chain ecosystem. It also alleviates current account pressure as importing fully assembled EVs result in a significant ringgit outflow to foreign manufacturers. But what does this mean for your wallet? In short, a significant increase in the cost of going green.
CBU EVs will now face a sequential tax structure, a 30% import duty, a 10% excise duty, and a 10% sales and service tax. Because these taxes are applied sequentially on top of the cumulative total, the effective tax rate can reach over 30% on the original CIF. Even for models from China that benefit from a lower 5% free trade agreement import duty, the mandatory 200,000 floor pushes total taxes to roughly 254,100 ringgit. Once you factor in an estimated 10% distributor margin, the retail price balloons to an estimated 280,000 ringgit to 300,000 ringgit.
Consequently, popular budget models like the standard BYD Auto 3, the BYD Dolphin, and the BYD M6 will no longer be eligible for import as CBUs. Consumers will face fewer budget EV options for several months or even years until CKD players can bring their local models to market.
If EVs are no longer a cost-effective choice, what are the alternatives? Looking at traditional fuel, there are changes on the horizon there too. While RON 95 petrol is currently subsidized at RM1.99 per litre for Malaysians with a valid driving license, capped at 200 litres a month, the national fuel subsidy bill is surging. The bill jumped dramatically from 700 million ringgit in February to 3 billion ringgit in March. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has confirmed that the government is refining a proposal for targeted fuel subsidies, specifically looking to rationalize RON 95 subsidies for the high-income group. Removing these subsidies for the top 15% could generate an estimated gross savings of 8 billion ringgit annually.
In conclusion, MITI's new EV policy appears to be a double-edged sword. While it promises a stronger local industry and a long-term price stability, consumers will undoubtedly feel the immediate pinch of rising costs and fewer options. Is this a step in the right direction for Malaysia's automotive future? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. For the evening rundown, I'm Aishwarya from Plus Point News. Have a good night.